have to set an example on how to appropriately resolve conflicts, because young Black men, they're not dying mostly from police officers. They're dying from the inability to resolve conflicts with their ops who live down the block. That's what's killing these kids. So in my view, the idea that you want to punch somebody out, lose all your wealth, and go to jail in front of your kids over a tweet is pretty sad to me, because it shows a lack of emotional maturity. That's what it shows. In fact, let's look at Exhibit B. Let's look at here's a real life exhibit. Anybody know? Tell me. Let's do some Negro trivia right quick. I want you to tell me. Tell me if you can guess who these Black men are in this picture. Anybody know who these two men are? Write it in the chat if you sing it if you know it. Who are these two Black men in this image right here? We're doing Negro trivia night. Can anybody tell me who these two brothers are in this image? And as you do that, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. Yep, that is the great Gilbert Arenas, who they called him Agent Zero because he was such a badass as a basketball player. He wasn't a Michael Jordan type, but he was really good. He was really good. And then there's Javaris Crittenton, who was a first-round draft pick and signed a multi-million-dollar contract. Now, these two guys play for the Washington Wizards, got into a situationship over some gambling or something. And then next thing you know, somebody pulls out a gun, and then somebody else pulls out a bigger gun. And as a result, Gilbert Arenas, if I'm not mistaken, his career ended almost immediately, because, the white man going to crack the whip on your ass when you out here acting like that. And then so he lost his career. And then Javaris Crittenton got 23 years in prison. He just got out of prison. He just finished 10 years of a 23-year sentence that was completely unnecessary. If you watch the documentary about these two guys, one thing you'll walk away with in terms of your conclusion is that neither one of these guys were bad people. Both of these guys are good people. Both of these men are hardworking men. Both of these men had a tremendous amount of talent. So it's a tragedy that I bet $100 million or more in Black wealth, Black generational wealth, was lost because hip hop culture, the violent side of it, encourages them. Instead of settling like, gentlemen, we got to get into some old gangster shit. Instead of us sitting here talking it out and saying, hey man, look, I got $100 million on the line. You about to sign for $80 million. Let's resolve this so that we can keep making money and being successful, win some championships, and take care of our grandkids. Instead, it's like, nah, man, I got to show you, man. I got to show you, trying to one-up each other. And this is culture. This is culture. There are cultures where people know how to sit down and resolve their differences like men, but they didn't have any real men around them that were mentoring them, because I'm sure all the 50-year-olds were like, yeah, man, you talk shit to me, I'm gonna pull out my gun on your ass. You a punk. You a punk ass. No, you're a punk if you go to jail and somebody's taking your booty hole every night. That sir would make you a punk. You a punk if you go get sued and you lose 20 million of your hard-earned money because you couldn't maintain emotional discipline. And then now you're getting laughed at by women because women don't like broke men. So now you, sir, you might officially be a punk now because you're broke and you're locked up. Right. So in my view, again, not that either one of these guys are punks. I'm not making fun of them. What I'm saying is that I'm trying to figure out who created, and I know who created it. It was those people that own those record labels. You know who they are. Who created a culture that says that when Black men have a conflict, it's got to be resolved with somebody getting their ass kicked, getting shot, getting beat up or whatever, right? Or somebody pulling out a gun. That is a culture that's not who we are. That's not a culture of intelligent men. Intelligent men say, look, I'm willing to go to war if I have to, but if I can avoid it, I will. I'm going to use diplomacy before I resort to violence, because if we go to war, we both lose. Does anybody get what I'm saying?